Alright, so hey guys, remember how at the end of Echo in the credits they say, look like they thank HTBH Games for some of the music? Yeah, this is Blackgate, let's get in. Why is that still going?
Maybe this is just a crazy town, I don't know.
My name is Alex. Okay. Okay, so essentially, Blackgate is a game that... This is going to be Flesh playthrough. It's been so fucking long since I've even been... But it's starting to hurt from going down the gas pedal this entire time. I wish I had cruise control. It would really make this journey easier. My eyes burning, watching clothes. Gotta keep myself awake. Produced and directed by Dane. Come on, wake up and listen to radio music. It's not something I like. Maybe I should change it. Soft rock. I don't think country is the best genre of music to keep going. I'll much better time still make to this. Spent my life in time. It shouldn't take long to get to. Shouldn't take long to get back home. Moved out, but the journey back and forth has never felt this long. I'm heading for home for a family event. The kind that you're asked obvious questions and people like to complain about afterwards. I don't mind them that much. I use them as an avenue to talk about something completely different. Speaking of avenue, I take a look at how far I have left. Well, my GPS says, well, that's not right. In fact, that is horribly, horribly wrong. How? I still have to go several more hours? How? The time limit isn't the thing that scares me. It is the fact that my eyes really burn. Try to turn on the air conditioner, open the window, and blast the radio with awful music. Nothing seems to work for too long. I don't want to go over and sleep in my car. That seems rather sketchy, especially considering I am. This is the prime location for a chainsaw murder. That movie was actually pretty scary. It didn't... I hit a bump in my forehead, bounces off the steering wheel. I rolled my eyes back a lot and grabbed the volume dial to turn up the radio. The different music should be keeping me awake. I was just sick and tired of all the downloaded music I purposed for this road trip. Just in this band with numbers in their name that pop stars claiming to be gods all got too repetitive. So yeah, this is what it must be like to be a trucker. The radio on the road. So glamorous. Yeah, keep telling yourself that when you're asleep. Well, at least. And there goes the radio. The one thing keeping me awake and sane. Well, it looks like I'll have to get the aux cable to just... And there goes the car as well. In moments like this, I try to stay positive, but no. Well, time to get out and see why my car decided to kick the bucket. Not like I know what I'm doing. It's the guy thing to do, right? I just need to get out of the car and open the hood and... Well, goddamn, I have no idea. Me. Literally me. Just a bunch of metal and tubes, and it's really hard to see without some light. I guess I should call for a tow truck, or maybe AAA will be able to make it out here. Cell phone to the rescue. Hell, why did I think I was gonna have any signal out here? Of course there's no signal. There's never signal when you're in a situation like this. I installed my phone and noticed I noticed a new app. Strange, I don't remember ever downloading it. Maybe I should open it and listen in. The app boosts up on my phone. And it loads a form of static on the Don't fucking do this early. It's like an old TV screen instead of the radio apps I'm used to. Maybe I can radio for help, like an SOS? Scratchy music and make... Nope. Nope. Don't do this. In the scratchy static, I can hear something. I press my ear closer. The static goes away, and I can clearly hear someone speaking. A woman. Her voice is cold and calculating. She is giving orders with authority. There's a possible disturbance on the South Road. Repeat, a possible disturbance on the South Road. Any officers in the area are allowed to use force to eliminate the threat. Well, it's a good thing I'm heading north. She speaks again. The outsider is in a large metal and plastic structure which holds a singular organic entity. The organic entity has a capable of intercepting transmissions. It may or not know of our arrival. Take caution. Well, it's a good thing I am freaking out. What is this? Is this the police? Is this the military? I don't want to be eliminated. Why would they want to eliminate me? What kind of place did I drive to? I'm not sure if I stay here I'll be fine. Just remain calm, pirate on. I'm sure I can make my case clear. With thinking, I tend to look up and look a little to the left. I look up to see that the stars are missing, but that's not what bothers me the most. It's the fact that, if I'm counting correctly, there are 2 moons. Yeah, I am not in Kansas anymore, Toto. I'm gonna blame the GPS on this one. So, what should I do? I don't want to stay and wait. I'm certain that the police or military or whoever makes it to me, I will be able to explain to them that I'm not a threat, and that maybe I took the wrong road and now I'm on some government property. It's all an honest mistake. But I'm certain that things aren't quite right. Far from it, in fact. I'll just sit in my car and wait. I just don't want to have the military roll up in Hummers and machine guns and take me out, so I'm just remain non-threatening. Moon. I mean, moons look like a bigger threat than I am, to be honest. Myself. I close my eyes and feel my heart dancing away in my chest. My breath is quick and shallow. I really need to calm down. I remember my breathing techniques and do some square breathe. Good one. Good one. That's a good technique. I guess it really does the trick. I imagine a square and trace along it. When I go up a side, I inhale, hold my breath as I follow the top, then exhale as I go down. When I go up the other side, I do it all over again. I feel calm only for a moment when I open my eyes and see a car's headlight shining right on me. I never heard the sirens. That doesn't make any sense. Whether it makes sense or not, the door still swings open, and a large silhouette steps out. I can't make it out. Lights are too bright. Lay down on the ground or perish, outsider! But that voice... Wow, it's much deeper and rougher than I've ever heard before. Dude, fucking do it. Alright, I am not a threat! It's like Batman yelling at you. You kind of do what you were told. Get off the hood of my car, my hands in the air, and lay face down on the cold pavement. Put my hands on my head. Hear the loud thumps of boots heading my way. I can almost make out who this man is, yet it's no good. My hands are grabbed by furry leather gloves, and I feel the cold restraints of handcuffs clasped around my wrists. Get up! I'm pulled up and helped. Toward the back of a normal car. Helped is a little of a generous word. It's more like I am pushed and forced toward the back of a normal car. If I wasn't already calling bullshit on this ordeal already, I'm calling it right now. Sir, what's going on? What's going on? Where am I? Who are you? Please, my car just broke down and I need... Stop talking and get in the back of the car! I already know I'm in no position to bargain, but I believe I know my rights. Right? I am in the back of a makeshift cop car. Doors slammed and locked. Well, child safety locks, I can assume. Back seat is separated from the front by chicken wire and poorly welded metal. It looks sturdy, though. The officer walks in front of the headlights, and this man is not a man. Right. I remember that the art is abso-fucking-lutely hideous at times. Like, not the art exactly, but, like, the way they show the anthropos in this is just... yeah. I see him walking in front of the headlights with the radio up to his face. He's some kind of werewolf or werebeast or something. He stands what I assume to be over 6.5 feet tall and is very broad. The linebacker of a beast disguised as an officer in some official gear He's talking to his radio. I can almost hear him over the sound of the running car. I make out some words. Human, car, possible. He goes over to my car and rummages through it. I'm taking my things and putting them in the trunk of this cop car. This is too surreal. He finally makes it back into the vehicle and presses to drive off. Sir, what are you? What have I done? I'll be asking the questions. How did you get here? Fucking truth, bitch. I drove, but where am... Who sent you here? No one but myself. Are there others? Fucking truth. Good grief. What? No, it is just me. Please tell me what's going on. Where am I? Why am I... I cannot answer your questions, outsider. You'll have to wait until I get you to headquarters. Outsider? Hey, I have rights, you know. The real question is, what are you, huh? Is this some kind of prank? Was this all a setup? What is your name? Where are the cameras? There are no cameras. I am Officer Gruff, and yours? Pulls up my wall and looks at my license. You're Alex. Now listen, Alex, anything you say will be used to determine your threat to the town. I would suggest you calm down immediately. Yes. Now that we got that out of the way, please, I am begging you. I don't know what's going on and why I'm in handcuffs. More importantly, why are you dressed as a werewolf? I was told not to talk to your kind. I was told your kind is very powerful and manipulative, but I am not a wolf, I am a boar. Powerful? Manipulative? My kind? Wait, boar? You're the beast who was driving me to God knows where, grunt. I think to myself, where am I? I was struggling with the handcuffs behind my back. The cold metal is now warm, but uncomfortable. Look out the window to take note of any landmarks. I managed to spot a sign made of old wood. There's one bulb of light on it. It reads Blackgate, I think. We pass it to Kali to get a good read. I look out the back window and see the dark, empty road. Trees litter the sides like armed guards. Can't make out any mountains or towers. Turn and strain my eyes to focus past the chicken wire cage I'm held in. I see lights approaching quickly. Next thing I know, we are driving around the streets of a typical small town. It's densely populated and just a sudden spike in civilization where compared to the woods we were just in. I see a library that says Blackgate Library. Along with that, there are strange monsters roaming the streets. Different sizes and shapes. I guess you could say species, but I don't know if that is the right word. I don't think I have the right words for anything anymore. Oh, Jesus Christ. We finally pull up to a building resembling a police station. Officer Gruff, this boar, exits the car and I see several others outside, others with weapons drawn as the car door opens and I step out into the possible line of fire. I tense up as the boar grabs my arm and pulls me easily from the cop car. I can see different creatures, demons and beasts. This is insane. What kind of Hollywood sit did I just walk onto? Just I try to hide from all the weapons. A walking, talking golden retriever comes up to me with no weapon drawn and speaks calmly. Easy there, bud. No sudden moves, alright? Now let's get you in and have a little chat. We can do that, right? Okay. I step forward and he pulls back away from me, keeping some distance as I am pushed along. It seems they are more afraid of me than I am of them. Regardless, I walk with Officer Boarface and this dog through the doors of the building. I am brought through poorly maintained and dimly lit gray halls. I sense all their eyes, yellow, red, and green ones, watching me with my every move. This isn't real, is it? Just as I get a quick and dirty tour of the police station, they throw me into a room. It's quite obvious the room is for interrogations. The mirrored wall gives it away. How traditional for a very non-traditional group of beasts, monsters, I don't even know. I had to spin from the speed at which my life just flipped and turned upside down. I sit there for quite some time, stare at the walls and the ceiling, not daring to move. Speakerphone jumps to life and a cold, calculating female voice speaks to me. Would you prefer to speak with Officer Gruff? He was the individual tasked to take you in. Or do you prefer to speak with another member of the force? I hadn't had the agency to determine anything until now. Maybe they can be reasoned with. They are giving me a chance for once. Author note. What? Author note? Speak for someone else. I don't know what to expect. I'm very nervous. Hopefully this other monster can understand me and realize that this is a huge mistake. Hopefully he's level-headed and maybe it won't get me killed or something worse. Reluctantly I'll blurt out, someone else. We will send someone else in to question you. Thank you. Oh, good grief. Kill them with kindness. I hear the thump of boots come to the door and swinging it open to the familiar, unusual face. If you could call it a face. It's the dog from earlier. Now with this light I can make out what he is more clearly. He is the smiling face of a playful golden retriever. Guess I should not have been so worried. His tail wagged and his fur is thick. I guess he can take a bite out of crime. I really hope his name is not Rin Tin Tin. I sit at a plain metal table and he brings in my things. Killing them with kindness may be the best avenue to make it out alive. Thank you, officer. Hello, Alex. I'm Lieutenant Jack. Don't worry, you're not in any trouble. Well, technically just a little. Built at a hand? I mean, it's human tan light, but not a hand. Come on, don't worry so much. We ain't gonna hurt you. We're the good guys, you know. What's the badge? If they were going to hurt me, it would have already happened. We keep this place safe, you understand, don't you? Reluctantly, I shake his hand. It's like meeting Bigfoot for the first time and shaking his paw. Now we got instructions out of the way, we can get down to business. So, Alex, I'm gonna ask you a couple easy questions to test you. In his hand is a clipboard and appears to be a set of questions for him to follow. It's more like a script. I'm not really paying too much attention to it. Alright, sir. So, yeah, human? Looking truth. Yes. Do you intend to harm and blah 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 society? I'm not a threat. What? No, no. Woman sits upright and has a smile. I guess I aced that question. Maybe they are truly scared of me more than I am of them. Why? So, how'd you end up on the road? Well, you see, I explain the whole trip in detail, then build up to them finding me. Wow. Mirroring them back. So, is this vehicle yours? If it is, can we have it? Well, yes, it is my car, but... Fine. You can have it since it's broken anyways. Sweet loot. This goes a long way to proving that you're on our side. Thank you so much. I'm not there, I promise. I think I'm just in the wrong place. A very wrong place. Wait, do you have any mechanics here that could fix it? If so, can I get my car fixed? I think it just needs gas maybe, then I could go home. I'm feeling going home, maybe out of the question for the time being, but I have rights, damn it, I did nothing wrong. Do you honestly think you can go home? Why not? I have a life, you know. People wonder where I am. I have a job and things to do. I didn't do anything wrong. I promise I'm not a threat to whatever this place is. I just would like to go home. It can't happen now. I have a feeling that things weren't as straightforward as I hoped. There has to be a way to get out of here, though. Can't happen. Well, what am I supposed to do? Be held here against my will? I don't think I did anything wrong, you know. I didn't ask to be here either. I don't mean to sound mean, sorry. It's just all so much. Please understand. Don't worry, Alex. I understand how you're feeling. We really do mean the best for you, and we got your back. It's just... Just what? Things are never so easy to break to someone new. Especially to a human, after all. Flips the paper on the clipboard to check the other side from your other writing. There's nothing. But you going home or leaving is impossible. If you try, you may die. Die? Death is something I'm avoiding, so what do I do? Why am I talking with a dog man? What just happened to me? This can't be real. Yeah, it is danger out there. Usually outsiders that come here are dangerous. We are sent to kill the dangerous ones, but it's not unheard of for an outsider to be nice, like yourself. If you're nice, you get relocated. Located? Yes, it is rare for human, but, you know, historically, humans have been important citizens of Blackgate. So when you saw you, you were killed. And I think you can really make a life here and live happily. What, isn't that a little much? I mean, please understand that this is all really quite confusing and difficult to process. Alex, I know where you're coming from. I can understand how crazy this all must be, but if you do stick here with us, I promise nothing bad will happen to you. I'm trying to look out for the town, which now includes you, if you believe me or not. Phone rings and Jack quickly picks it up. I hear the muffled talking of someone on the other line, and all Jack does is grin and nod and finally says, "Affirmative." He looks up and smiles wide. "So there's good news. It's been determined you are not a threat to us. You should feel relieved there." "Woohoo, yeah, so relieved." "But make sure you're not sitting here forever. It's time to do some paperwork and have you relocated." "Don't worry, kids, not the end of the world. Technically, just very close to it." I know. It's probably really weird to find yourself here, looking at things you'd not have otherwise seen. Culture shock is a big concern when we do things like this. Culture shock, huh? This is much more than simple culture shock. It's still gotta be freaking out, too. It's common the first couple of months being here, but you use the weird things and scary things, from your perspective, of course. Just know we only intend the best for you, and to make Blackgate a safe haven. While we're on the station, we'll talk for a bit, and then we'll have a place to stay and a job to do. This is breaking several labor laws and a host of human rights issues. Human rights. Sometimes my humor keeps me going. You see, we've all sorts of creatures and beings here. Well, I have heard the few humans that have been here have helped us out quite a lot, which is why we are so happy to have you on board with us. These creatures, beings, and others, they are not here by choice, I'm guessing. No, not by choice. I get up and Jack takes the cuffs out my wrists. Freedom, I guess. It's the small victories. I follow Jack as we walk through the dimly lit hallways and head back to the near entrance of near the entrance to the station and off to where most of the officers are. It's like Men in Black had a baby with a noir movie. That's hell of a image. You can't go back. You might die. Why? Why though? I see other creatures and other beasts ranging in size, shape, and color. They are led to a rather demonic-looking being with horns and devious eyes. Oh no, I remember you. Get the fuck away from me. Lieutenant Jack pulls a chair to their side of the desk. "Hey, Vec, you got some time for location processing?" Devilish grinning nods and pulls out paperwork and a pen from his desk. "I always have time for processing and placing. Sit, please." I'm sure how to deal with a paper-pushing demon, but I guess it's not. I guess that's just natural here. So I sit and I'm handing out my paper backpack and belongings. "So, let's see where we can put you and what you're good at." So, the library, huh? Not the worst place, but you're definitely alone out there. It seems you are rather intelligent. This is great for the library. Your deductive skills will be most valuable. You should go get your things. Oh, an officer Gruff will escort you to your new home. There is a cabin on the edge of the town that is modest and allows for privacy. I hope you find your life here enjoyable. As I get up, I'm filled with both hope and dread. No, just dread. I should be optimistic. Or maybe I should just run away. The situation can't get much worse. Here comes that big boar beast. "It has come to my attention. You'll be living at the cabin. That is a far walk from here, so I'll be escorting you there. I also heard that you're going to work in the library." I don't know the town all so that would be a great help. "You are correct about that. I forgot you don't know the area." "No, duh. Follow me, the car's out back." He motioned me to follow, and I do as I'm told. What other choice do I have? We take his police car and drive to where I will be living. If you could call this living. I'm being forced to work and to stay in a place I don't want to be. I have to stay optimistic. At least we're not in a labor camp in North Korea. Wow. Okay. Going there. This place is actually quite populated and is a rather dense neighborhood. After a little while, we finally make it to the edge of town. This has to be the edge. There are no streetlights, and any sign of civilization abruptly ends. Just a wall of trees and a single road leading into the unknown. The dirt road we come to goes up a slight trail into the dense, dark woods. Along this bumpy road, we come to a cabin. Why does this sound like a place I want to live? Like a fucking cabin, like in the woods? I don't know, man. I'm weird. I just like the idea of privacy and not having to deal with idiots. This is a slasher flick movie set. I keep thinking it's all going to be a prank, but it's not. I hate slasher films. We get out of the car. I hear the rustling of the trees as I walk up to the cabin. I open the creaky door. It's dark inside. Home sweet home. I got my cell phone using the light to find a lamp and turn it on. Oh, that looks fucking cozy. Well, it looks worse on the outside. You will find that to be common. No, rustic and nice. It's like going out to a resort trip in the mountains of some backwater area. This place is actually well lived in and feels homey. There's all sorts of knickknacks on the walls. Gruff walks further in with me, and often goes to the fireplace, puts a couple logs and starts a fire with a lighter. His feet thud loudly on the wooden floor as he looks around with me. Kitchen, living room, bathroom, bedroom, everything is here that I would need. There's electricity and a plug for my phone, so I need to worry there. Although it's not much use except for the radio apps to the station the light provides. This place is not so bad. It's actually quite safe, but if you need anything, or if anything happens, call the station. The number's by the phone. The library's number's there as well. I also left mine if you need anything. Once out, he points at an old radio dial phone. Retro. Very retro. Good grief. I know we may not have met in the best of terms, but I'm happy that you are a citizen. Call Vince to the library when you get up so you can get ready for your assignment. You can call him if you need anything as well. Also, don't run in the forest. I've seen a few try to get out that way, and it ends badly. How badly? Death and worse. What's worse than death? So please don't throw your life away. It is much too important. No, what turn? So that's how we say it, okay. Oh, great. How do I go back? Fuck. No, I'm like a great addition to Blackgate. He says goodbye as he walks out the door, and I see the car pull back and away. Here I am, in a cabin with a little light from lamps and a firecracker. Honestly, though, this fucking place looks really nice. I would love to live here. Well, not in this situation, but this cabin. Fuck yes. First things first, however. I check to make sure everything is locked. I don't feel like having a monster come barging into here because they don't lock a door or window. They were not locked before, they are now. Need to find myself a weapon. Looking around, I find a fire poker, which will work well. It's a little bit sharpened metal. This has been a long day and my stomach hurts. The kitchen has food. Fridge is a kitchen and some food in it with a letter. It's a note card with a pen. It just says welcome. Who put this here? Oh, in the cabinets I find old glasses. A better clean one with the, I hope, clean water and grab a drink. The water is clean, I think. Carefully inspected. It is clean. I'm glad for that, but it tastes a little bit like pennies. Ew, God, I don't, Reminds me of the water up in Michigan, because my grandparents live up in Michigan, in like the, like near Muskegon and Newaygo and all that shit. And like, they're in Newaygo County, but like, the water there tastes metallic as hell. It's really weird. I'm exhausted. Bedroom is a nice bed, actually very nice. And a little dresser. Shutting the door, I look out the window. This fucking bedroom looks dope as shit, man. This is such a nice house to stay in. Really, wow. It's so dark and lonely outside. The bed is comfortable as I lay down and my eyes are way too heavy. I guess it's time to sleep. After hours of driving, getting arrested, and finding out you're no longer where you all belong, I'm beat. I feel trapped, depressed, confused, hopeful, lost, or energetic. I'm really most confused. What just happened? No, seriously, what just happened? How does this place exist? I need to figure out what this place is. That will lead me to an exit. I can search for clues. Search for clues, but first, sleep. Night 2. Night 2? What? Stretch through my body and look out the window. It's still dark out. Did I sleep an entire day? I check my phone and it says it is 10 a.m. The sun should be shining. But then again, a lot of things should or should not be happening, but that doesn't stop them. What does this mean? Is this like Alaska where it might be night for months at a time? I feel so rested. So, well, I did sleep a good... I guess I feel rested, so I did sleep a good 6 hours. But, okay, so, man, this cabin really reminds me of a place that I stayed with my dad in Tennessee when we did trips to Gatlinburg. Like, there was this one place near Gatlinburg that had a bunch of like log cabins for you to stay in, and they were really cool. Really nice place to stay, and I think that's where I got my love for like retro cabins and all that. Take a shower and see if I am truly rested or not. It's in the shower I do most of my thinking anyways. I step into surprisingly warm water for such a derelict place. The water pours in my head, and the thoughts come like waves. What have I done? What am I to do? Will I ever make it home? Is this it for me? My heart is sinking with each thought, but I must not give up hope only one day in. My friends and family, my job and apartment, the video game is all on the plane, the movies I wanted to see. Shake these thoughts in my head. I have to focus on now and just live, just survive. Put on some clothes from my suitcase and eat some toast. Hilarious. I was prepared for this trip the whole time. I pick up the old radio dial phone and begin to input the number for the library. It is almost painstakingly slow, and the clicking dial does not help. It begins to ring and ring and ring some more. Finally, the phone is answered. What do you want? This is Alex. I'm supposed to start work at the library. This is the library, right? First of all, you're late. Second of all, of course this is the library. Third of all, get over here because I don't have time for idle chit-chat over the phone. Whoever that was just hung up the phone and I'm left with a whole disconnected line. Am I really late? This is a horrible first impression. I need to head out the door and find a library. If I am to run to town, I need to stick to the path and take a weapon. That fire poker will do just grand. I pocket my phone and grab the poker, then open the door at the dark. I turn my phone on to a flashlight and I step out into the cold wind. With hurried pace, I walk along the path, using my phone to light the way. Keep an eye out for anything in the woods, but there doesn't seem to be anything. A couple moments of half jogging, I make it to town, and the streetlights illuminate the rest of my way. I have no idea where the library is. I start to head into town with my weapon at my side. I see a ghastly-looking creature walking. Maybe I should ask where the library is? Ask. As I begin to approach the reddish, snake-like monster, it turns and sees me. Its large smile turns to shock, and it reels back in horror. That's not horror, but okay. I turn around expecting the monster behind me, but there's nothing. Just me. Excuse me, where... Don't come any closer! There's its teeth mentioned about how horrifying it is. I don't mean to harm you, I just need to know where the library is. It's that way! Points in the direction, I look and turn back. Before I can thank him, he starts running away from me. That was awkward. I head in the direction he pointed, and I cross the path with a couple of the townsfolk. They try their best to stay as far away from me as possible. Not that I mind, it makes me feel safer as well. After a couple of blocks, I come across the large brick building with a sign that says Blackgate Library. Well, here I am. I need to prepare myself to get yelled at by something. I walk up to the door and it opens as someone is leaving. Something is leaving. I nearly bump into them and they shift and move away quickly. I enter the library and it's much busier than I expected. Is that a fucking raven painting? Good grief. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Good grief. There's a lot more talking and commotion than the usual library. Most of the talking and arguing stops when I walk in. I think it is arguing. Maybe some monsters are just talk louder than others. How am I supposed to know? It's not like this is really happening anyways, I hope. I walk up to the front desk and I'm greeted by a cat man. He looks very sour and fed up with everything. Here is the demigod finally. Listen, bub, I don't care how powerful you are. If you are a fool, you can expect to find another job. We have way too many problems as it is without you stirring shit up. I am Vincent. I am busy working on a case right now. You need to get yourself in gear and go find Kitako. Wait, case? Ah, yes, a case. What else am I trying to solve? Here's a case for you. Find Kitako. Now get. I don't even know who Kitako is or what for that matter. I go to speak to Vincent, but he just holds a hand up. He's busy going through the paperwork and talking to some creature. I leave to look around for this Kitako. I start to ask around. My bold questioning puts a lot of these monsters on edge. They answer truthfully, and I find that he's working down a floor moving books. I search around and find the floor of the basement. Travel down, it's a little creepy. There's little activity or light down here. I travel along a line of bookshelves to penetrate deeper into the basement. I hear the shuffling of something in the dark. I call out, "Hello, Kitako?" Yeah? A response from deep within it is guttural and coarse. "Hi, Kitako. My name is Alex. Vincent said I need to work with you." "Oh yeah, you are human, right? Hold on." Hear the loud thud and tumble of a large pile of books. "Oh, darn." I go towards the sound. I can hear the dropping of books and grunting as I get really close. I turn the corner and pull my cell phone light at this monstrously large figure. What the fuck are you? The fuck are you? He's trying his best to pick up and stack books. Turns and I am mere inches away from the gray face of a kaiju demon-like creature. He has no he does have eyes. He has no eyes, but a line of slits on each side of his head where eyes should be. His mouth is large and in a smile. He stands up as much as he can without hitting the ceiling, pulling out a hand with 4 fingers. "I'm Kitako. Nice to meet you, Mr. Alex." I shake his hand. It is large, lukewarm, and rough. "Nice to meet you as well." I show my line of pile of books here across the floor. "So, what can I help you with? Need help with those books?" "Oh, yeah. Mr. Vincent said I should bring them up and give them to Mr. Longma." "Alright, who's Mr. Longma?" "Mr. Longma's a little horse. He put books away better than Kitako." Finally, a description of someone. "Let me help you with these books, and we'll carry them up." He's a gentle giant, it seems, although he is scary as hell. I stack the books much faster than the huge monster in the dark. He isn't dexterous at all with his sausage-long fingers. Stack's complete. I put them in his muscular arms. I help him carry the books back upstairs to the main library. He lugs around an enormous pile I carry about 10. "We find Mr. Lama now." "Where is he?" "He find us now." Hear the click-clacks on the hardwood floor get closer. I turn and see another peculiar creature barreling down at Kitako and I. He's a Kirin. He's a fucking Kirin, what the fuck? I should probably accept that all these creatures are going to be peculiar. This is the norm for me now. I don't believe it. I can assume this is Longma. He looks like a dragon, but at the same time he's a horse. Yep, he's a Kieran. He's standing on two legs for the moment, but he goes down on all fours very naturally. He bounces down the aisle and grabs out one of the books from Tataku's arms. He flips the book to him and yells, "Front desk incoming!" Proceeds to throw a book across the library. I move out of the aisle and watch the book fly. I see Vincent just hold up a hand with no thought, catch the book. "Alright, found the book. Thanks, kid." He notices me looking at him and gets startled. He starts his sentence and begins to freak out. "Oh dear! Oh my! Oh dear! Oh no! A human! It's real! Oh no! Oh my!" The short creature is nearly shaking his boots at the sight of me. I don't think I am more fearsome than the deadly face-eating monster will be next to me. Try to reassure the poor thing. Hi, I'm Alex." He flinches as I say hi. "I'm guessing you are Longman, alright?" "Oh no, it knows my name. Oh dear, I must put the books away. Must run, must run!" He grabs a couple books from Kotaku's pile and runs away. I go get more book. You help Mr. Lama. I grab several novels and try to track down Lama. I can hear him muttering in the aisles, but when I get close, he's already moving on. He's always nearly 40 steps ahead of me. I find him in an aisle that finally is frantically trying to find a place to put a book under the shelf. He sees me out of the corner of eyes and is like a scene from a horror movie. It's the iconic elevator shot where the main character's in an elevator trying to make the door shut. Except I am the horrible monster chasing the innocent survivor. He finally finds a spot to put his book and quickly moves on before I can say anything. I'm still stuck with these books to put away. I need help. I don't know where they go. I decided it might not be best to chase him, but to trap him instead. I should use the books as bait, like breadcrumbs, lead the trail to a dead end. Set my trap and wait. I can hear him muttering and picking up the books, and he's fallen right into my trap. I block the entrance to the dead end, and he turns, and my shadow covers the wall in front of him. He drops all the books. Please don't hurt me! Oh dear, oh no! I'm not gonna hurt you, I just need your help putting away these books. Oh no, humans are evil liars. You're just gonna rip my fur off and wear it as a prize and morph into... Oh dear, oh my! An evil, monstrous human titan, that's too scary! What? Where does it say that I'm evil and a liar? Also, where does it say I'm going to turn into a giant? It says so in this book! Can I see it? Oh darn, alright! He hands me the book and is a comic fighting off giant humans to eat everything for no reason. I start laughing. This isn't real, you know, it's just a story. What do you mean? I'm sorry, oh dear. I'm sorry you angered me, don't hurt me. All these books are real. They are in the almost non-fiction section. Why is there an almost non-fiction section? Because most of the information is true, so you read them with skepticism. So we don't think that maybe this is not truthful then? That maybe you should be more of a skeptic? Well, maybe, but you humans are supposed to be awful. Well, yes, you're right. Some humans are awful, but not all. There are some good ones. So, you're a good one, then? Yes. Well, why didn't you say that earlier? You almost gave me a stroke, oh dear. Takes out a little piece of cloth and dabs the sweat off his forehead. Seriously, you never gave me a chance to tell you Speedy Mick runs away. Why do I have such a bad reputation? Whatever, not that it matters. I just need to get him to help me, and I can be done with my job and find a way out of town. I mean, if there is any place to learn how to leave this place, the library may be the best spot to learn. Fortune smiles on me for once. So, will you help me? Yes, but no sudden moves. You got it. He shows me around the library and where all the books go. They have quite a collection of random books. Some really old books and some new books, but they organized into 3 sections. Fiction, non-fiction, and of course, almost non-fiction. When we finish placing the books in their correct place, Longma's ears perk up. What do you hear? You don't hear it? No. Vincent is calling your name. How am I supposed to hear that? What? You can't hear that far? I mean, I can see him. He's angry waiting for you. Oh my. Squid to look through all the shelves across the library. I can barely make out the orange fur of a cat. Maybe. It may just be an orange book. I walk across the library and get a closer I can hear Vincent speaking in a normal voice. Alex, where are you? This voice isn't gonna work for now. Alex, where are you? Are you gonna just make us wait forever? I finally see me, and I see Vincent stand off with Officer Gruff. Hey, Alex, where were you? Are you always so late to everything? We have to go get your car. They want your car, so we go in to get it. Just need to drive it back here and hand it over to Officer Gruff and the rest of them. With an eye roll, Vincent points in Gruff's direction. Officer Gruff steps forward and holds out my car keys. We will require your assistance in retrieving your vehicle. Please follow me and we can head back there to pick it up and drive it back. But I thought it was busted. Are you telling me that it's not broken? It was temporarily disabled when you crossed the border, and now it belongs to Blackgate. Please, follow me. Vincent shrugs and follows Gruff out the door. We get into his cop car, and I am sitting in the passenger seat. Vincent sits in the back with his arms crossed and looks out the window. The car is turned on, and we drive away from the library. I'll see the night again, and I should probably ask a question. Maybe it might be best to ask some questions. I need to know more about where I am. Hey Gruff, why is it still dark? It is always dark here. I hear there's a giant ball of fire in the sky in some places, but I have never seen it. Could have asked me. It's called a star. Most solar systems have it in their center. Gruff would not know since he's a native here. Having a sun is very helpful and surely beats this dank place. Probably, but I'm used to the dark. I cannot imagine having light all the time. Well, it's not all the time, just half the day. Depends on your definition of a day. Here we call them nights. It would be really silly to insinuate anything otherwise. I can see the car now. We returned where it all began. How romantic it was, me handcuffed with a gun pointed at me, being shoved in the back of a car like a hostage. How quickly things have changed. Now I am back to get my car and bring it as a donation. This is horribly crazy. It's obscene to think this is what I must accept. I get out of Gruff's police car, and I see he's watching more than just me in the car. He seems on edge. Vincent could care less and just walks over to my car. Maybe I should hurry and get in. The key turns it back to life. I wonder how they turn it off. Maybe EMP or something? With that, Gruff nods and gets in his vehicle and we head back toward the town. I follow close behind Gruff with Vincent in my ear. We caravan. Maybe there really is something to be afraid of out here rather than these beasts, demons, and creatures. Why am I saying maybe? I don't think I should be doubting anything anymore. There's probably a hell and heaven for all I know. Maybe reincarnation is real. I guess I should just accept that everything is real and everything is trying to kill me. Wow, way to sound like a paranoid schizo. But it's the honest truth. Everything I knew and have known is now thrown out the window. All those books and classes? Trash. Physics? Forget about it. I can only trust what I see and feel now. Everything else I thought is garbage may be real. I just need to relax and make it back to my place in a sound mind. Good luck with the latter. Driving through town, I get a better view at the sheer diversity that is Blackgate. I think diversity is an understatement. This is like a huge melange of beings. Demons, devils, dogs, and donkeys. Succubi, stags, spiders, and sheep. I'm starting to get a little desensitized. Shops and businesses are booming. Then get to the police station and I drop off the vehicle. Gruff thanks me and I see Vatcan in a stack of paperwork. That was painless and a waste of time. Let's go, Alex. Vincent puts his hand in his pockets as we travel the streets towards the library. I walk alongside Vincent in silence. I have an urge to start a conversation, but I'm not sure what to ask. So, how are you? What do you want now? I just want to know about you. Easy, I am Vincent, your boss. And? Damn it, you just don't give up. Well, here comes some backstory since you care so much. My kind are called Rakesh. We have a place you probably haven't heard of. Pushes his glasses far up in his... He has glasses, what? I haven't been here, I haven't been there, in a very, very, very long time. My work here is too important to give up. Who else is going to direct the ignorant masses on a nightly basis? Don't answer that was rhetorical. If you're looking for a more story time later, that would make it back. Longman and Kataka were trying to run the front desk and are instantly relieved of their duties when Vincent gets back. Vincent hands them both some money and they thank him profusely. Vincent waves me over and hands me money as well. This is enough for food and whatever you will need. Although I should be paying you less for showing up late. I am generous and will let it slide just this once. Now you're done for the night. I put the cash in my pocket and return to see an almost empty library. Katako and Longma are here. So, what do you do when you get off work? I go for a walk around the park. Eat and more eat. What should I do tonight? I should stay in the library. I really need to figure out where I am and how to get out of here. This may be the best place to get a better understanding of how much trouble I'm in. Reading Rainbow Don't Fail Me Now. I go through about all the nonfiction sections I can see in my immediate area. There is not much that looks like it can help me. Some of these books I can't even read. The writing is foreign. Foreign is putting it lightly. It's alien. I sweep each aisle and then I continue. I look through some of the books and see that most of the books are sorely misplaced. There is no decimal system or anything like that. What is most interesting is that there are three major categories I learned earlier. You have fiction, nonfiction, almost nonfiction. The almost nonfiction is a lot of fantasy, sci-fi, and horror novels. Some of these are paired with books with similar names. I see that there is Twilight, and right next to it, the truthful Twilight. The truthful version is much shorter, just a couple of pages. I pick it up and start reading. This is more like a police report than a book. Let me guess, Edward's gonna kill her. Whatever, I read on. Okay, we get to the part where she is sitting next to him in science class, and Edward just rips out her jugular. Wow, no wonder there's such a short story, yeah. Truthful Twilight, yeah. Right, that makes sense. I read on and it contains a transcript from Edward. He stated he cannot help himself and that most monsters and creatures can smell and feel things that others can't. He also stated that she tasted really good like Frosted Flakes cereal. Well then, I put the book down and I see Vincent out of the corner of my eye. What the hell are you still doing here? I told you we're done for the night, so get going. I was interested in what books you have here. Ah, books you mean? Well, if you're going to be paying, stick around. Make yourself useful and go get me some food. Okay, where from? There's a bar down the street called Hunter's. Go in there and say you're picking up for Vincent. When you get back, I'll be in my office. Be quick about it. He claps twice and points. I go and leave the library. I step out into the sidewalk and eyes watch my progress through town. I gulp and feel very self-conscious. I would be staring back, but when everyone is a monster, no one is a monster. I am the only normal thing here, it seems. That must make me abnormal, then. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This is just a crazy place that I need to leave. I go in the direction Vincent gave me, and it does not take long to find the location. It is a bar, so maybe they have bar food? Speaking of food, I'm hungry. I push the door open, it looks like Cheers in the Twilight Zone. I love all these references. As I walk up to the bar, the volume drops and everyone's watching me. Lights, camera, actions. Surprise, you're on candid camera? Nope, still in a movie set. I look around and I see Officer Gruff sitting at the bar talking to the quiet bartender, a werewolf. He sees me and gives me a huge, toothy smile. Oh, hoo-ha, if it isn't Alex! How do you know my name? Now everyone knows your name. Forget my manners, will ya? I'm Alan. I don't know how to do that. Do you look so surprised? When someone new moves into town, I gotta know who they are, especially if it's a human. You're a human after all, so you come here for drinks? I'm actually picking up for Vincent. Alan nearly scowls at the mention of Vincent's name. Oh, the mangy cat. He's got his claws in you, I see. Well, you can color me jealous. I'll be right back with the order. Leaves and comes right back. You sure want a drink or 2 or 3 or more? Sorry, Vincent said I needed to hurry. Fine. Alan turns and leaves. You'll see he's seated up by Gruff and a couple other seats opened by other creatures. I grab a seat by Gruff. He turns and grunts and turns to me. Hello. Oh, it's not. Hello, Gruff. Glad to see you again. Same. So, how was your night? Typical. Yours? Yeah, I guess mine was too. Good. Is your transition going well? How are you feeling? I'm hanging in there. Vincent was a little rough, but Longman and Kataka were nice enough. Vincent is doing his job. Trying to do his job. I cannot blame him for his attitude. What is his job? To mediate any issue between 2 parties, the library is detective force in Blackgate. They stop violence and solve problems. It is the library's job to make sure Blackgate is safe on the inside. It's my job to make sure Blackgate is safe from the outside. Wait, so I have to stop monsters from fighting? Yes, it is a smart move having you police the citizens of Blackgate. Most will be scared of you. I know I am. Arlen returns with a styrofoam container that smells really good. There's a piece of paper with a number on it. Here you go. If you never need to talk, give me a ring. I am curious about you humans. It seems strange that you are taking orders from that horrible pain in the butt. I wish you were taking orders from me. And don't worry about pain. That cat has a tab as long as it serves its tongue. Thanks. Well, I gotta go back. Grove winks at me. I grab the food and leave the bar. I trek down the street with my thoughts. This is crazy. I need to smack myself in the face to wake up. Did I really just walk into a bar with a werewolf? Holy crap, my boss is a cat. Wait, am I gonna have to fight and restrain creatures like Gruff? How much trouble I may be in is starting to hit me. It is like jumping into a pool that is much too cold. At first you don't notice because of the adrenaline, but once that wears off, you're left shivering. As I think this, I look across the street and see a 4-armed beast in shock of me walking down the street. He's using 2 hands to cover his mouth and 2 to cover his ears. I just glare and he jogs away from me. I finally make it back to the library and I enter. The place is very quiet now as compared to earlier. This is more like a library. I go behind the front desk toward Vincent's office. I quietly walk down the hallway and reach a cracked door with a light inside. I push the door open and I see Vincent slumped over a desk, his glasses on the floor, and the soft sound of snoring. I try not to disturb him, placing the food on the desk and taking the note with me. As I pick up his glasses and put them on the desk, I see his jacket hanging up in a coat rack. I drape it over his shoulders. He's out like a light. He's working on something and writing a piece of paper, but I can't read it since his head is on it. I let him be and leave the office. I go out. I get to the front desk and I see a familiar face waiting patiently for a couple books to check out. It's Vec. So, Alex, how was your first night? Well, can't complain. It went okay. Good. I need to check these books out. I take a look at the books, taking the cards out from each of the front covers to stamp and write down numbers. Beck is checking out 3 books. A travel book, non-fiction, a classical human mathematics textbook, fiction, and a book that looks like it could be Frankenstein, almost non-fiction, but isn't. Here you go, Beck. Thank you. Beck leaves near Vincent behind me, coughing softly to get my attention. Yeah? What are you doing letting me sleep with my food? You just looked peaceful and I thought you needed the rest. I don't need the rest. Rest is for the weak. I only sleep like that when I am stressed, so you know. Don't get any ideas that I am weak. No, why would I think that? Good, regardless, I also can't eat well when I'm stressed, so here. He hands out the styrofoam container that's half full of food. You need to eat, right? I don't want a broken human hanging around. Thank you. Yeah, no, get out of here when you're done eating and go home. What about you? You should go home too. This is my home. Vincent turns and goes back to his office, and I sit at a table in the empty library and eat. I feel like I'm being watched, but there's no one around. My imagination must be flaring up. I finish eating and throw away the empty container. I leave the library and head out into the streets. This must be nighttime for this town. There are few people or creatures on the streets. I walk near the edge of town and I keep checking over my shoulder. I still feel like I'm being watched. Maybe because this town is really creepy. I finally get to the dark dirt trail that leads to the cabin. I take out my phone and turn on the light. I notice I don't have much battery life left. I hope I can make it to the cabin in time. I step into the darkness and jog at times. I hate this trail. It feels dangerous, but it feels like I'm still being watched. I keep looking over my shoulder. I see the light from the cabin bathroom is still on. My beacon indicating my near return. I run up to the door and turn the handle. It's locked. I go to grab my keys, but they are missing. Uh-oh. I have about 5% battery life left. Check my pockets again, and the doorknob some more. And this is getting me nowhere. I jump out of my screen and scream as I poked at my shoulder. I turn around, shine the flashlight right in his face. He just squints one eye and moves the phone out of his face. You're such a fool. You dropped your keys while you were rushing. Also, what is with the flashlight? You blind or something? Damn, they settled me with the most useless human ever. How did you get here, and how did you find my keys? Couldn't tell. I followed you. I thought you'd seen me, but it appears you were blind after all. What kind of powers do you have? Vincent goes at the door and unlocks it. I walk in and I feel much better being inside. Powers and noticing him? Is he following me? I never saw or heard him. How did you follow me? It felt like I was being watched, but never saw you. Interesting. At least you could sense me, which is better than most. Could talk about you beat though, since you can see heat. What do you mean? I see Vincent walk to the apartment to start to vanish into nothing. He talks inside the room, but I can't see him. It should be obvious by now what I mean. You can go invisible? Yep, they gave me the worst human. Of course I can go invisible. Tries to move my voice to mock me. My keys float in the air and dangle near me until I reach out and grab them. He's physically still here, but I just can't see him. I can sense him, sort of. I thought you humans were extra cautious, always looking over your shoulder. But it seems you can sometimes sense me. That's at least something, if not much. I'll leave you by then. The door is shut slowly and I stand alone in the room. I know you're still there. No answer. I go to the bedroom and as I'm walking around, I hear Vincent. You were very close to being right for once. I turn and see him standing. Don't give up like that. You'd make a great stalker. Say a smile creep across his face. If only you knew. I will leave you be truly this time. See you before you see me, of course. Don't trust your eyes. Vincent now leaves the cabin and I shut and lock the door. For extra measure, I throw the sheet around. He was right. I should not trust my eyes. They can only get me into trouble since I'm dealing with the absurd. Why was Vincent following me? What was he hoping for? Is there even hope here? I flop down, lay my head on the pillow. I think I need rest. I'm exhausted, but my mind keeps racing, thinking about today. I mean, the darkness that is a day. I'm dreaming all this. I have to be. Maybe this is Inception. Maybe this is just like that old Macaulay Culkin film, Page Master. I'm stuck in a book. I just need to distrust my eyes. I should shut them and go to sleep. Night 3. Oh my. Vincent is actually kind of cute. I like him a lot, actually. Alright, guys. We're going to stop. Hope you enjoyed.